Business time now. A couple of new faces to breakfast television this morning. Myself, although Kris, you've been around a few days here and there as well.
Yes, it's been a sporadic 10 days or so. So, yeah, it's fun getting up this early, isn't it, Mark?
It is. And thanks to everyone at home for watching and listening to us as well. So big news today in terms of, you know what, 3.5 months ago, 4 months ago, we saw the markets crash, and now there's news of, obviously, everything on the climb again.
Yeah, we got some better than expected data out of Germany today, so that's got investors in a good mood, and it comes even as the coronavirus cases continue to spike in the U.S. A number of states continue to hit new all-time highs. Now, as well today, there was an editorial in a Chinese publication that said fostering a healthy bull market after the pandemic is more important than ever. So it seems that investors liking this sort of narrative. The NASDAQ closed at a record on Thursday ahead of the long weekend in the U.S., and we are looking potentially at some pretty big gains on Wall Street to start the session. The Dow looking at a gain of close to 400 points when the opening bell sounds. Now, the TSX looking to bounce back from a modest loss Friday. It is coming off a winning week, still down by 8.5% year to date. We will get a look today at the Bank of Canada's Business Outlook survey, along with consumer expectations for Q2. So that should be interesting. Potentially market moving for the Canadian dollar as well, which in the early going this morning is not really moving much.
Anybody with any money in the markets or investments think this is a good thing for sure.
Yes.
Obviously, Tesla is big right now as well. Elon Musk always making headlines, but obviously it works.
Yeah, it really
Somehow.
does. It does seem to work. This stock hit an all-time high again last week, and actually the automaker became the most valuable car maker, taking over top spot last week. The company right now, Mark, sitting at $224 billion in market cap. Year to date, the stock is up by 188%, and we are seeing the stock move higher in pre-market trade. Orders can now be placed in China for Tesla's Cybertruck, a pure electric light commercial vehicle with sports car speeds. The vehicle, which is slated for release in China next year, is selling for $40,000 to $70,000. And Tesla sold more than 30,000 units in China in the first 5 months of the year, despite the pandemic. So it seems that the electric vehicle, and in particular Tesla, doing fairly well in China, at least in the early going, and now this new product about to hit the market as well.
My question is, why do you need a truck that goes that fast? I guess if you've got goods on the back and you need to get them there quickly,
right.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, see, that was sort of my thinking, which is why I included it in the story. I don't know that you need a truck that moves at sports car speeds, but
But that's the man behind sending things into space and trying to get things there quickly. Obviously, there's been big news as of late about Cineplex and a court case involving Cineworld.
Yes, and we are hearing this was not a surprise. Cineplex has filed a lawsuit against its former suitors, Cineworld, seeking damages in excess of $2.18 billion following the UK company's failed acquisition. Now, the Canadian movie theater chain filed this suit, and it actually details what it claims was a case of buyer's remorse on the part of the UK company in the middle, of course, of this COVID-19 pandemic. Cineworld walked away from the multi-billion-dollar deal on June 12th, saying it had become aware of breaches by the Toronto-based company. But let's face it, there's a lot more going on for movie theaters right now. Hard to say what the real reason is, but this drama not over yet.
Yeah, something tells me that no one wants to invest in theaters right now, given nobody's actually going to them and enjoying their time at home and the big screen at home in your living rooms.
Exactly. Now, Cineplex has started to reopen theaters, but it's going to be really tough to make up a couple of months of lost revenue.
Certainly. I know I've been waiting for that experience again. There's only so much Netflix you can take in before you start getting bored.
Yes, I get that. I get that.
All right. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thanks, Kris.
Okay.